I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us names. I can feel the sunlight shining.
Well, good morning and welcome to episode 847 of the Lots Project Morning Show, where the coffee is strong, the opinions are stronger, and everything is always filter free. I'm Brian, your host, and it is July 21st, 2025. This morning I'm enjoying a fresh cup of Ethiopian Yirgacheffe light roast from foodforestfarms.com because life's too short for shitty coffee. At Food Forest Farms, your beans are roasted by real human hands using a clean stream air roaster. More than just a customer, your family. Get 10% off with code LOTS10, that's LOTS10, and the shipping with foodforestfarms.com is always free. While you're there, check out the C4 Club for even more awesome perks. Today we've got a packed show, finally on the schedule for post and roof install of the cabin. I've got thoughts on some recent Amazon commercials we've been seeing, a cautionary tale of what not to do while RVing from the wide world of news on the interwebs, and some odds and ends from the week, some products I've been checking out, and thoughts on them. So grab your coffee, smash the like button, and let's get started. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing? Canadian Farmstead in early driving. I don't know what the hell is with the lag on the video. It's like seeing trails. I don't know if StreamYard is now dropping acid before the streams or what, but it is what it is. I got the camera on the lowest definition that it will take, and I don't know what the fuck's going on with it. So there is that. Sorry for anybody watching if you get sick from the motion sickness. Jim, good morning. How we doing? Not going to Noster this morning or the last few weeks. Actually, about the last month, I haven't been on Noster. I don't know what. Just needed a break, I guess. I needed a break from some stuff that was eating at me over there. So I took a little break and haven't gotten back. I need to do that for sure. Good morning, Hunter, over on Twitch. How's it going? And Mike's Homestead, how we doing to you? Good morning. Good morning. The Yirgacheffe is just fantastic. It is it's one of my favorites from Food Forest Farms. I think that and the Brian's blend, actually everything that he sends out is fantastic. But I really lean towards those lighter roasts, and then the Brian's blend itself is just an everyday drinker. If you like light roast, dark roast, or in between, that Brian's blend will just sit with you. So definitely check it out. Foodforestfarms.com. Been a customer for a couple years now. So Canadian Farmstead says, "What's eating at you?" I don't know. What do you mean? What's eating at me? Oh, I just want to be done out of the camper and into the cabin, and it's slow rolling for sure. For sure, I'll talk about that in just a second. And I also misplaced my hat. I was looking for my hat this morning. You would think in a camper that's about 300 square feet, you wouldn't lose stuff, but somehow I lost my Bitcoin hat, and I don't know where it is. So back up this morning. Oh, what's eating at me on Noster? I don't know. It was just a lot of I had a lot of people that I followed on there that were posting great stuff, that were posting fantastic accomplishments and getting stuff done and really interesting posts. But I also had a group of folks that were just droning on about some different stuff that it got old, and it was the same people reposting the same things, droning on about some shit I just didn't need to read anymore. And so I didn't open the app for a couple days, and then just got out of the habit. Nothing crazy. It's my fault for not blocking or changing the people that I'm seeing in my feed. It wasn't. I mean, that's the whole part of Noster, and then I just got out of the rhythm of going there, I just got out of the rhythm of going there, and so it's just been, I haven't clicked on it to get back into it. So that's it. Now I feel like it's been 3-4 weeks, probably. It's probably been 3 or 4 weeks since I've been there, and it's probably changed quite a bit. And I'll have to do catch up now when I play catch up when I get back over there. So nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Actually, it's all my fault. That's really personal responsibility. And Canadian Farm says that my algorithm sucks. Yeah, basically is I didn't curate my own feed. I just got frustrated with it and walked away for a little bit, and that's not really how that's supposed to work. So it is what it is. It is what it is. That's it's been on my to-do list to bump back over there and start digging in again. So maybe a following cleanse is due when I get back on, and it'll be a short fuse if I see something that I don't really want to see anymore. Just unfollow, so, or block or mute or whatever. There's a plethora of options, but there was a lot of infighting and a lot of arguing that just wasn't necessary. So, looks like we're probably on the schedule. First thing we'll talk about today, it looks like we're finally on the schedule to get our posts, trusses, and roof installed for the initial structure of the cabin. It's been a while. I think it's probably 12 weeks now since we paid for our material. Estimate when we paid for it was 8 weeks. And then with weather, it was going to get bumped up, and then it was going to get pushed back because the rain stopped enough that they were going to get caught up on a bunch of concrete pour jobs. And it's just been kind of a shit show. Forever since we've talked to people that live here, since we've been here, contractor work is tough. Communications, getting things done, getting on schedules, things like that. Just it seems to be tough here in Tennessee for some reason, and we've experienced that now. Great guy that's going to be doing this, that runs the install crew. I mean, I've talked to him. He put our friend's barn up. I talked to him when he was there. He helped with some other stuff, some questions on even some other projects at the site. When I was over there, nice enough guy and everything. But man, trying to get a hold of people, and this is partly my fault too. I don't know how quick to call back. It's like that whole first date thing. How, if you like the girl, how quick do you call her back after the first date? But I don't know. Do you call the next day if you don't hear back? Do you call 2 days later? Do you give it a week? Do you give it 3 days? Like, what is an appropriate time to hear back from someone when you leave a message or ask them a question or anything like that? So it's been a long cycle trying to get answers, to try to get information, to try to get on the schedule, and it sounds like we finally are. I've mentioned last week or the week before, he called when we were in New York. And I was like, dude, I can't meet you out there. I wanted him to come and put eyes on the easement road and our driveway to make sure he can get his truck, his equipment, whatever, his trailers and stuff back there. And so when he called when we were in New York, I was like, hey, I won't be back for a week. I'll give you a call the day we get back, and we'll set up a time to get out there and look. Now he's an hour away from the site, so it's a 2-hour round trip to come and look at stuff. So I call him the Monday we get back, leave a message. Don't hear anything. And I ended up waiting a week. I called him back again a week later, and he answers, and we got talking, and he's like, oh yeah. He's like, is there any way you could just make a video and send me a video of the drive back there and then walking up the driveway? I was like, yeah, I can do that. I'm going to be out there the next few days. And so the next day I went out and I used dash cam and I recorded the drive-in on the easement road. Corey told me yesterday that's about half mile. I kind of knew that, but he asked when I finally got to talk to him yesterday. I recorded video driving back. It was about 3-minute video, and then per his request, I thought that he said he wanted it walking up the driveway. I got out and recorded with my phone. I walked up the driveway and showed the site where the building's going to go. And so I get home and I have trouble with my phone sending text messages for some reason. I don't know if it's my phone, if it's my service, if it's Android to Apple or whatever it is. Like I've tried to send my parents pictures through text message and they just won't go through. Sometimes it says they don't go through and they actually did go through, but it says it failed. Just so all sorts of wonky stuff. I really don't use text messages other than like 1 or 2 people in my life. Otherwise, I use services like Telegram or Signal or things like that. So I was concerned that I was going to have to try to text message a 3-minute video, and then the walking up the driveway was like another minute and a half. I think I was like, I don't think these are ever going to send. So I was like, okay, well, what do I do? What way can I share videos? I was like, well, I share videos every day on YouTube. So edited them, uploaded them to YouTube, and shared the guy links with a message like, hey, here's the drive-in and blah, 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 some little information, back and forth about whatever. And I said, let me know if you can't view these for some reason. And so I waited. This was on Tuesday. I waited. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, nothing. Friday, nothing. Saturday, nothing. And I was going to call him again on today. And be like, dude, did you get the text message with the links? I was watching the views on the videos on YouTube, and I didn't see him go up. I had him set to private or unlisted or whatever. And all of a sudden, like on Saturday, I thought I saw they went up 1 view each. I was like, oh, he must have watched them finally. And I told Corey, I was like, yeah, I think the builder watched the videos of driving in. She's like, no, that was me. I was like, oh shit. So anyway, yesterday I was doing some stuff on the computer. All of a sudden my phone lights up and it was a message from him. He's like, hey, I can't watch those videos from the links. I was like, oh fuck. So I changed some settings. I sent him new links and said, hey, I'll give you a call in a little bit. And so I gave him a call. He was able to watch the videos, had some questions, went back and forth. And it looks like tentatively, so now he's got a job today and tomorrow. He's thinking he's going to be able to wrap it up in 2 days. Said he'd be able to know today if he's going to be able to wrap it up tomorrow. And if so, he's going to be dropping off some material and some equipment on Tuesday evening, and which I think that would put us on the schedule for Wednesday. Our job should be quick. Our job should be 1 day for those guys. I've seen them work, and there's nothing really, really crazy in our build. I'm guessing it's going to be a 1 day job for them, 2 at the most, but I'm guessing it's going to be a 1 day thing. So by Wednesday, we might have a roof and a roof up, basically. I really wish that we had some more infrastructure out there and we could pull the RV out and park it under the roof. But unfortunately, if we're going to be hanging a floor and putting sides on it, we really can't have the RV under it unless we completely dismantle the RV to pull it out. And I really just don't want to do that. So it'll be a commuter job for quite a while, unless something drastically changes. So excited to get that up. Be excited to be out there and watch them put it up. Corey is planning on hopefully being able to take a last minute day off when they're going to be out and installing. And yeah, I think it's going to go pretty quick. And then the hard work will start of doing construction on our own, and actually buying materials is going to be interesting, and transporting materials. So stay tuned for that. It'll be an interesting project for sure as we dive in. You would think everything would be lined up since it's been so long that we've been waiting for this, but kind of waiting to get eyes on the project before making any final plans, material lists, or things like that. So just been doing some general background research and looking into things, and as soon as it's up and I can actually get eyes on it, then I'll end up drawing up some plans. And well, we have floor plans and things like that, but actual final construction thoughts when I got to have that visual of seeing it and figuring out how I'm going to put it together. So this week, hopefully that roof will be up. That'll be a big step forward and a start to this whole project. So that is that. Finally in contact, and along that lines, I've had a couple of different interactions with some folks here recently. Locally, I saw a post on Facebook in one of the local groups about someone was looking for some part-time maintenance work at it looked like an RV, not an RV park. I think they had some rental spots for RVs on the river here locally. And I was just curious what kind of hours they were talking about part-time, what kind of pay was it. They said that they were going to, it was a site was included. So I think a lot of the pay was going to be a site included, which doesn't really interest me all that much. But if it was 10 to 20 hours a week or something like that, and the pay was decent, I'd do some maintenance work, help pay for the cabin. So I sent a message and I was like, hey, any more information on this? And commented on the post and said, hey, I sent you a private message, and nothing, not a damn thing, not a word back, not a, hey, the position's been filled, or nothing, just total dark. And I don't even know if they actually saw the message. So it gets frustrating. Definitely gets frustrating when people don't write you back. And also had some other customers do the same thing recently, and I was just like, what is going on? And the worst part is I try not to feel angst towards the person I'm trying to get in touch with, the person that I'm talking to. Well, the builder is one thing, like that is communications offline, phone stuff, but the Facebook stuff, like I have messages I find that I haven't seen in months that are buried in Facebook. It's like I'm sending a message to someone, they're requesting information, they've messaged me or whatnot, and you're never even 100% sure that they got the message, or they've seen it, they got a notification about it, or they know where to find it. So I try not to feel too much angst towards the people, but you don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Corey and I have been watching a little bit more Amazon Live TV, I guess is what it's called. It's basically replays of old TV shows, but it's you don't pause it. You don't choose your episode. You don't pause it and start it. Basically, it's playing like normal TV. Why we got on this kick, I'm not sure, but we just got away from the movies. We got away from TV series that are on Amazon that we were watching. We just got, I think we started with just lunchtime when we were both going to go out and sit down and eat some lunch and pop whatever's on, throw it on and watch it. And one thing about this is there's commercials in the thing. And the other part about Amazon is it's kind of getting frustrating is, you pay for it yearly. You pay an annual fee. You get the I don't even know what the benefits are anymore, but it's well over $100 for the year. But you're supposed to get Amazon Prime and Prime Video and all this, but now there's like all these fucking commercials. The majority of the movies that we watch are with limited interruptions. They have commercials at the beginning, then they'll have commercials in the middle of the movie. It is what it is. It's frustrating, but I don't know what you're gonna do about it. Really, I think now they have an upgraded option to go commercial free on some stuff. I don't know. I'm not paying more. I'm not paying more to these people for less commercials. But the problem is the Amazon commercials are absolutely ridiculous. And they play them over and over and over and over. Like there's situations where we're watching a live TV show and it'll be a quote unquote commercial break, and there'll be 3 commercials and 2 of them are the same one. Their target marketing sucks. They keep showing us these commercials for cartoon movies and just ridiculous shit over and over and over and over. But a couple of the commercials have really stood out to me, and Corey and I laugh about them quite often. And so I thought I would tell you about them. And if you're on Amazon and you've been watching any movies with limited interruptions or the live TV, you might have noticed these commercials. But the first one that we love, we love to hate, is one for a product called Deuce Drops. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Deuce Drops, but this little product, the marketing manager could probably have done better. Or maybe not. I mean, I'm talking about it here. I've thought enough about it that I put it as a topic on the show that Corey and I discuss it. So maybe it's just that bad that they did a great job. But what these things are, they're like toilet Mentos. So if you're gonna take a dookie and you don't want it to stink wherever you're at, you pop one of these things in there, the Fresh Maker, Deuce Drops, drop one in the pot, and I think it makes like a fizzy bubble, a layer of a perfume or something. I'm not exactly sure the chemical process, but you drop one of these things in there and then your shit don't stink, I guess, or the stink doesn't escape. So the commercial starts with a woman who is talking about going to her in-laws' house for dinner, and she's trying to shove a can of like Febreze or bathroom spray, air freshener spray, into her purse, and it's spraying everywhere because it's a fucking can that's like 12 inches long, and she's trying to shove it into her purse, and it's spraying. She's like, this is going to come in handy at my in-laws tonight. And I stop right there and I'm like, first of all, she's afraid to take a shit at her in-laws' house. Like, if they're the in-laws, they're probably already married. If they don't know your shit stinks by now, what you've been just like hiding away from them. I mean, if you got it. And second, how do you know you're going to have to take a dump at your in-laws' house enough that you're bringing a can of air freshener with you? Like, I guess I don't really care that much, but I don't know if anybody has tried to shove a can of air freshener to bring with them because they might have to take a dump at their in-laws' house. I mean, there's so many more scenarios that they could have used that would have been more realistic for this commercial. Like, somebody's at church or God, anywhere, Walmart. Man, this video is even fucking driving me crazy watching it. So that's gonna, yeah. Technology. Anyway, so there's so many more. Like being at Walmart, I mean, really, do you care what people at Walmart think? But in a public restroom, and you could show somebody like holding their stomach, like or maybe a little green gas coming from behind them, and so then they're running into the stall. Pop a deuce drop in, and it takes care of the problem. So you're not sitting in the public restroom. But the in-law stuff really kind of irritates me when they put that on there. And so that's one thing. But then the slogan, the catchphrase, I guess, of the deuce drops was is pretty good. I think they came up with a good one there. But they say, drop a torpedo, stay incognito, and I think that they did a good job with that one. And I don't know, the deuce drops. I haven't considered buying any. Corey and I can't obviously use them in the trailer because we don't have any water to make the Mentos work. I don't think they're going to work in a composting toilet. But if you're looking for some deuce drops, I think you can get them on Amazon, and the fact that they're called deuce drops, I don't know. It might be a decent thing to have on you when you have to go into the bathroom at a public place like a Walmart or Home Depot or something, and you could just reach your hand under the stall when it's a little ripe in there and say you need a deuce drop. I don't know. So that's the one commercial that's on there constantly. There's several other for movies. When we see one for a movie and the commercial is just irritating or just annoying, we always look and see, like, is it in theaters now? Is it going to be, how long is this commercial going to be playing? And there's one that just came on recently that it probably wouldn't be so bad if it was only on once a night. But the fact that they'll play it twice in a commercial break or within a half an hour show, you see it like 6 times. It's for some movie that doesn't come out until like summer of 2026. And I'm like, are they going to fucking be playing this commercial? Like, I'm done. Like, soon I'm done. I'm done watching this shit. Like, I just got to pull myself away from it. There's a lot of times at the end of the night that I'm like, why the fuck did I just do that? But Corey and I sit and we spend some time together and decompress and stop thinking. Jim says, "Hi, I noticed your shit stinks. Here, have a deuce drop and a smile. Don't eat it. This is not a Mentos." Deuce drops, the fresh maker. The fucker foams up and looks like he's got fucking rabies. Oh, but anyway, there was another commercial that's out there that just there's a few. Take 2, they're small. That's a pretty large shit you're taking there, sir. You might want to take a second. I don't know. I haven't looked into the deuce drop too much. Like, how long before you're dropping bombs do you have to have it in the water? Like, could you do this as a post effect? Does the effervescence? That's a big word. Does the effervescence like cover up the shit smell, or does it just block it? Like, is this, could you be sitting there and you're like, oh man, I didn't know it was going to smell this bad. Could you drop a deuce drop after the fact and take care of it post post haste. I don't even know if that's the right use of that phrase. After the damage has been done, or is this a pre-use thing only? I'll have to do some investigating into the deuce drops. Another one of the commercials that they play constantly that has something that irritates me is this one for Amazon Alexa. And they had one for a while. They really play Amazon Alexa, for us at least, on the fact that it can help blind people. I'm not sure I'm really the target market for Alexa, first of all, but Alexa being a help for disabilities. But there's this commercial of this guy that he's visually impaired. He's not blind. I don't think it doesn't seem like he is, but he says he's been visually impaired his whole life. And so they're showing how he uses Alexa. The first thing is he holds up this picture that his daughter drew. And his daughter's probably like 3 or 4, and he just asked, like, Alexa, what is this? I'm like, oh Jesus, he really can't see. And it was like 2 stick figures, and Alexa's like, it's a happy picture of 2 stick figures, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, first of all, you're showing Alexa your whole life. That's a little creepy to begin with. But how the fuck does she know they're happy? I mean, they didn't. I saw the picture. It's like two fucking stick figures. But anyway, he's using it to show what his daughter's drawing, and that's great. Now he can get a visual or a audio confirmation of what the girl's doing. I'm curious, like, how he's taking care of her if he can't even see the picture. Is he the sole caretaker of this young lady? And what if there was an emergency? Is he gonna like grab the Alexa thing and bring it over to like, Alexa, what do I do? Is she cut? Like, can he repair it? Can he address a cut? Can he put a bandage on this? Can you like what can he cannot do with a child? I don't know. These are the questions that this commercial makes me have. But the other thing is he goes on and on about Alexa is letting him now do something that he could never do before. And he holds up a recipe for milkshakes or some shit. And he's like, now I can read recipes. And I know it might be nitpicking, but the fucker isn't reading them. He's having them read to him. He didn't all of a sudden be able to read recipes. He's just able to tell what they say. Something else is actually reading them to him. Now, if they were in Braille, I would concede that now he can read them. But basically, he's holding it up and something's taking a picture of it and verbalizing it to him. It's being read to him. He cannot all of a sudden read a recipe because of Alexa. So that just fucking pisses me off every time that commercial comes on, and that's one they show constantly. I'm not really sure why they show me Alexa shit. There's no chance in hell that I'm installing Alexa in anything that we have or any place. So they're off market on that one, along with a lot of the other things they show. It's Amazon and their commercials. So anyway, we'll move on from that. Some products I've been working on this week. I recorded a couple videos already. I got some videos coming up this week on some more things on the same products, and then some new products came in that I'm excited about. First, I want to talk about the Krevix BIP 39 seed phrase storage kit. This thing's pretty cool. I talked about it last week. I hadn't opened it yet. I got it open, and I really like it. It's got Mike's Homestead System Daily Stoic finally paying off. Right. You got it. I should probably digest that a little bit more on a daily basis. But anyway, I've been thinking more and more about this seed phrase storage, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the screen. This is what it looks like. I don't know if it'll focus in enough. Let me see if I can pop the other one up. You can kind of see on the screen what it looks like. Basically, you take your seed phrase. It'll do there's room for up to 24. So there's a couple different ideas I had with it. But basically, you take your seed phrase and you write it out in the conversion sheet, and then it comes with silly. You put your seed phrase in the conversion kit, and then it comes with a book. It comes with a book. How do I get this to go away? Comes with a book with all 2048. I should know that number. 2048 possible seed phrase words. When you get your seed phrase, when you make your wallet, that is there are only 2048 different words that can be in there. Basically, you write down your seed phrase words and then look them up in the list. You don't need to save the book. I mean, the book is really convenient. You can find the list online. It's readily available. You can find it on GitHub. There's plenty of other places that have it available. And they're always in alphabetical order in the list. So you match up your seed phrase words to the number and fill in the number in the 4 slots. There's four places for digits. And that's because 2048, any number between 0 and 2048, you only need 4 spots to put that in. And technically, if you wanted to use this, I guess you couldn't use it. The numbers are stamped on this, but really, if you're saving your seed phrase, you only need the first 3. I'm not sure. I've never gone the route of only doing the first 3. I think it's either 3 or 4 letters of each word really only need to be saved, and that would solidify what words they are. But when I've stored the words, I've always gone with the full words. But anyway, you can convert each word to a number. If it's number 6, you use 0006. And then you go to the little plate that I put on the screen, and you tick off the numbers. There's four little spots with 1 through 9, or 0. Excuse me. 0 through 9. Excuse me. 1 through 9, and then 0 is on the bottom. But basically, it comes with a really nice. I've been messing around with it a little bit, testing it out. Comes with a nice. I'm trying to grab it here. Automatic center punch. So a lot of the seed phrase, or all of the seed phrase metal storage kits that I've messed around with, Stamp Seed and several others. I had somebody print me a jig for making your own on washers with the hallmarking kit with the letters, where you're doing your seed phrase out in letters. There's several other models out there that you stamp the letters on plates similar to these. And it's just, you got to have a stable surface. I've had trouble doing them in the camper. You need the hammer. You got to get things lined up. You got to hit it the right velocity to make sure the letter imprints and you can read it, but not too much that it gets smeared. It's a pain in the ass. And if you're doing it and you mess one thing up, you're kind of screwed. So you got 12 or you got 24 words. You got a bunch of letters, and there's a lot of room for error there. This automatic center punch, basically you put it on the number, and you just keep applying pressure down, and it spring loads itself, and then it clicks, and it dimples it. I would like it if the dimple was a little bigger, but it is what it is. To make it a reasonable size, it's a kind of a small dimple. Definitely noticeable. Like if you had one on one of the numbers and none on the other, you can definitely tell which one it's on. I just wish it was a little clearer. There's some tips and tricks on doing it, like marking where you're gonna put your dimple with a pencil or erasable marker before you do it. Make sure you check everything and have it right before you go through and mark all the numbers. But it just seems like a simpler. There's an extra step. There's an extra step on converting it to numbers, converting your seed phrase to numbers, and there's an extra step if you need to recover your wallet, converting it back to words. You can keep your conversion sheet. You can keep that if you want. I think this is more of a preventative measure for disasters, for fires, for flooding, for whatever reason. That a paper copy wouldn't really be ideal. Jim says proof of work. Yeah. I think this is your emergency backup. But that being said, Mona over in the Telegram group brought up something that I was kind of spinning on before she put it in the group, but she threw it out that this would be an easy way to do encryption or ciphers or whatever you want. Mike Somstead says you use QR code. Man, I loved the idea with the Jade and the JadePlus with the QR code. The QR code producer. That's not the right word. Generator and making your QR code. I had so much trouble getting it to work. It felt like I used so many, and that might have just been me. It might have been the pen I was using. It might have been just the fact that I'm horrible at coloring. I don't know. I struggled with it. I thought it was the juice wasn't worth the squeeze there. Maybe if I had wow, that fly is just incessant here. Maybe if I had a laser etcher and I knew it was offline and I could generate a QR and and etch it onto some metal and then delete the file. I don't know. He says it's a pain to draw, but way easier to restore from. Yeah, and I mean, I don't restore wallets all that often. I mean, I probably do more than other people because I'm doing videos and doing, I don't want to say testing, but messing around with the device and doing that type of stuff, restoring and creating and backing up and things like that, just so that I know what the hell I'm talking about when I'm talking about the products I use. I don't find it that hard to throw the 12 or 24 words in. 24 gets a little tedious, I guess. But really, this is a cold storage. This is a cold storage seed phrase storage thing. I mean, really, I see this as ideal for something that you don't even have in a wallet. You have your receive address, and you just bank it away. And I know you're supposed to ideally generate a new receive address, so you got to have it in a wallet to do that. You have to have it in a wallet with that kind of functionality. But man, if you just got something where you're packing away, or maybe you reached a goal and you're putting it away in a single wallet for safekeeping to put away for 10 years, put away for 20 years, or whatever, and you're not even adding to it anymore, this would be a great way to do that. Maybe you put back when it was affordable, you put a full Bitcoin away for your kid or your grandkid or something, and it just is what it is. And this is a great way to store that. But back to the other functionality of this, storing these numerically, there's a lot of easy encryption you can do. Basic number code, basically. So you could do it a couple different ways. You could take the number, you write down your seed phrase word. Say on this example over here, original is word number 1254, 1254, and you come up with a code somewhere. You come up with a code yourself, and you record it somewhere. Definitely, especially if you want somebody to be able to recover this. Mike Somstead says only did it because it's the only way the new Blockstream app would show balances. You have to recover your wallet every time. Or you had to recover it once. Anyway, you got your seed phrase word. You're transcribing it over to the number. You got 1254. And you're going to punch that in on your metal sheet. But you could easily add a digit to any of those or all of them. You could do a +1, a +2, a -1, as long as you record that somewhere. That, if somebody grabs this backup and they're like, first of all, they're like, oh, what are these 24 numbers? And they know. I mean, the further we go along in crypto and the more mainstream it becomes, people are going to realize what a list of 12 words, a list of 24 words, a list of 24 numbers are here and there. But if they find it and they know what it is, and they're like, okay, well, this is, okay, Mike says once, have to delete and reload it. Yeah. So say they know what it is. They're like, oh, I know this. This is a 24-word seed phrase. I can just translate it back into the words and restore the wallet, and it's mine. If you have changed the numbers by one, or any sort of variation of that, added 2, subtracted 1, did a progression where the first one you added 1, the second one you added 2, the third one you added 3. You could do any sort of encryption like that. It would be increasingly more difficult for the person to figure out what that seed phrase is. And I think they'd just be like, oh, they must have wrote it down wrong. I don't know. Yeah, it really depends on the criminal. There were two. You could reorder them. I was thinking of an encryption where you could have, so this particular kit has room for 24 words. If you had a 12-word seed phrase, you could put your first 12 words and then some sort of encoded message to yourself or a loved one on what order they go in. Basically, the next 12 words would tell you what order the first 12 words go in to recover it. So there's a lot of more play with encrypting, I think, once you convert to these numbers. Numbers are a lot easier to manipulate than words, I would say. That's just me. I think there's a lot more opportunity to really secure your seed phrases. So, and as Bitcoin price goes up, I think it's gonna be more and more imperative that you do that. I think a lot more people are going to be trying to get a hold of this information. And that being said, make sure you teach someone, whether it be your wife, a child, whoever you want to have access if something happens to you. Guys, people drop over dead every day. Car accidents happen. I mean, there's a million ways to die, and it just doesn't, you never know when it's going to happen. And if there's nobody that knows where your assets are, where your seed phrases are, how to access them, any sort of encryption code that you have, how to use them, that really, it just disappears. There's no, I think he had Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, if this is something that you need to let someone know, or it's gone forever. And maybe that's your plan. Jim says, I wonder how much Bitcoin got lost today. There is that too. So there is, one of the reasons that Bitcoin is valuable is there's a finite amount of it ever. 21 million. How much is gone? I know there's estimates of how much has been lost already. I don't have those figures in front of me. But how much is lost on a daily basis from people losing seed phrases, losing passwords, dying with no record or way to access? And I mean, as we go forward, those stacks get smaller and smaller. But we're talking, the estimates. I've seen them, and it's an astonishing number to me of how many Bitcoin have been mined, produced, created so far, and then how much of it is like gone. They're estimating, and the number was astounding to me until I thought about it, and the fact that 10 years ago, 15, 14 years ago, you could just sit and click a button and get 5 Bitcoin over and over and over, like every 30 seconds on some websites, so fountain websites and things like that. So these wallets held thousands of Bitcoins, and they weren't really worth much. And I think there's a quite a few that just went by the wayside because of that. But I think there is going to be an increasing issue with death and people losing that information and it not getting passed on. So there is that. If you need to, if you want to talk about that type of thing, I have been talking to more people about Bitcoin, getting started in it, helping people understand security best practices, how to take care of their Bitcoin, how to purchase it, how to get started, and just general conversations. Up for that, I do offer a free 15-minute consultation. You can find that over on the Bitcoin resources on thelotsproject.com. You can scroll all the way to the bottom, click book a 15-minute free. Basically, we'll talk about where you're at now with Bitcoin, where you want to get to, if there's a certain thing you want to understand, if there's a certain you want to accumulate X amount, and you just don't know how to do it, you don't know how to purchase it, you don't know how to use cold storage, anything. We'll figure out where you want to get to. and then answer any quick questions that I can within that 15 minutes. And if you want to learn more, if you want to continue on, I can figure out a path for you to get to where you want, and how we'll get there. Whether that be a few more video chats, or I can make you some written documents or whatever. We'll talk about that in the follow-up. So you can sign up for that today at thelotsproject.com. Go to the Bitcoin resources, scroll all the way to the bottom, and that's there. Or you can reach out to me anywhere. You can email me at info@thelotsproject.com. Check me out at the Telegram group, t.me/lotschat. Send me a direct message and let me know you're not a bot off the bat or a scammer. That's what a scammer would say, I guess. But yeah, I'm not here to help with anybody. Real quick, another item I'm getting excited about. Corey's used it. I have not. Is this Nulu knife? I'm in a direct partnership. This isn't through Amazon or anything like that. With the creator of this, as a gentleman that I interviewed on Director Detour, and we were talking about something completely different, but ended up talking a little bit about that knife he has created, basically as a assistance device to people with upper extremity disabilities. They're finding there's a ton of different uses and benefits to this, people with back issues and all sorts of stuff. But I look at it and think it's just a great all-purpose, all-around knife with a lot of functionality. I think it would be a value on the homestead for mass processing, for canning or dehydrating or whatever you're going to be doing like that. Possibly butchering. I'm not really sure on the small butchering like rabbits or chickens. I haven't really used it that much, and currently I don't have those animals to test it out on. I'm going to see what I can do about that. But yeah, I think there's a ton of uses. It's a Nulu, Nulu. If you're interested in checking one out, I'll get my affiliate link down in the video description and the audio description. You can head on over to that link and check out. They have different videos and little tutorials on the different ways to grip the knife, the different functionalities it has. You have chopping, slicing, dicing, all sorts of different shit. So I would definitely check one of those out. It seems really well made. It seems like it's going to hold up. Corey, like I said, Corey used it for some of her cooking over the weekend. Little mixed reviews so far, and I think it might be just getting used to it. I think it might be an adjustment from a normal knife, but I think there's a lot of potential there. So I hooked up with them, and I'll be testing that out some more. So Nulu knives. Be sure to use the affiliate link, especially if you're going to end up buying one, so I get a little credit on that and help build their brand. Brand new. It is a brand new product. It's just recently launched. So I don't know. I got a couple minutes here. I mentioned in the intro about what not to do in the RV, and so I think I'll hit that real quick. I'm going to bring this up on the screen so you can see these beauties real quick before I start talking about it. But I just happened to be scrolling through last night before I went to bed and saw this, or actually before I set up the show, and saw this pair had been pulled over in their RV. And I thought it was a funny story to share, seeing that Corey and I were full-time RV travelers, and now we still live in one, but we're stationary. I'm going to add this to the screen. So cop says he witnessed a naked female straddling the male driver in a moving RV. If you're watching, you can see the beauty queen and her king that this story is about. I'm going to have to scroll down to read it, so the pictures will only be there for a second. But anyway, it would turn out to be quite a memorable traffic stop. A bizarre story surfaced in West Virginia. Weird, coming out of West Virginia, featuring police busting a couple who allegedly were discovered in more than a few compromising positions. Patrolmen with the Bluefield Police Department conducted a traffic stop on a recreational vehicle around 12:23 p.m. afternoon to light. July 2nd, starting the 4th of July weekend early. I witnessed a naked female straddling the male driver while the vehicle was in motion, the officer wrote in a complaint. The officer said the driver initially disregarded the police cruiser's flashing lights and maintained a rolling pace for approximately a half mile. Police patrolman stated the passerby tipped off police that the vehicle's occupants had switched seats. Once the RV stopped, the officer said 35-year-old Shannon Bryant was sitting in the driver's seat and 48-year-old Matthew McDonald was sitting in the passenger seat. The officer said, I inquired about their actions while the vehicle was in motion, to which Miss Bryant candidly responded, yeah, we were fucking. They ended up finding a bunch of drugs in the vehicle, green leafy substance. I love when they say a green leafy substance consistent with marijuana, a bag containing a white powder, a glass pipe with white residue consistent with narcotics use, and a piece of burnt foil commonly used to smoke narcotics. Turns out the RV was stolen about 10 miles from where they were pulled over. So it sounds like they just got all fucked up and just couldn't resist going at it even while driving down the road. So what not to do while driving in your RV with your fucked up girlfriend with drugs in the RV. So public service announcement. Anyway, let's get that wrapped up now. I had a couple other things on the list, but I can save those for next week. Excited, hopefully get that roof in this week. I'm hoping that the video that the guy saw that I sent, he said he thinks he can get in and out, no problem. Get it up and down the driveway. If he has any issues, he's got skid steer. He can do a little extra work on the easement road or the driveway. But hopefully it goes up without a hitch. I hope he gets in and out with no problem. And when I talk to you next week, we're pushing forward with constructing the rest of the building. So anyway, hope you have an awesome week. Hope you get some stuff done. Remember, if you want to help support us, you can swing over to thelotsproject.com, hit the Amazon Are You Shopping on Amazon button on the main page, the banner. That'll take you over to Amazon, get you in our affiliate tracking. Appreciate that. Every little sale counts. Amazon doesn't give us a whole bunch, but they give us a little bit. They throw some coin to the peasants on every sale that comes through my link. Or you can go and grab the Blockstream Jade, which I will have in the video description. You can use code LOTS, the LOTS Project, for 10% off. And I also earn a commission on anything you buy from the link or using the code. Code should automatically populate if you use the link that I'll put down in the video description or the audio description. Other than that, I hope you have an awesome week. I hope you get a bunch of stuff done, and we will circle back and catch up with you next Monday.